I got this video a million times from y'all.
everybody.
I'm sorry, I don't have my glasses on. What does it say?
It says first date. She refused to get out the car because he took her to the Cheesecake Factory. So this is a first date.
I saw this stupid dance.
Okay. We're gonna play the video, and I want to get y'all reactions after, and then I got a few follow-up questions. Okay. We good on our end and everything else like that? What was that, Bills or Mo?
Yeah, we good on my end.
We're good. All right. Let's run the clip. You can take us out, and let's try to enlarge. Well, it's already enlarged. All right. Go ahead. Run it.
Woo. Look at that black queen.
Okay. He got me at the Cheesecake Factory, y'all. I ain't getting out this car.
She's wearing cheap sunglasses. That was my first observation.
Yes.
Would you want me to open the door for you? Look. Are you're recording me?
Yeah.
He's so cute.
Yeah.
He's so sweet.
This is the Cheesecake Factory.
Is this real?
This is the Cheesecake Factory, y'all.
What's the problem with that?
This is a chain restaurant. Who takes someone that looks like this to a chain restaurant?
Girl.
You want to talk about it?
That's so mean.
I'm fine with talking about it, even in front of them.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Come on, get up on in the car. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. Oh, okay.
She locked him out of his own car?
Okay.
So yes.
What car is that?
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
So you
looks like a
expect
Tesla.
a man to go all out on the first date?
Or Lincoln.
Is that right?
I mean, you're supposed to. Look at, when you take out a beautiful woman
Look at what?
and you're courting her, because I get courted. So you're courting her, right? You're supposed to take care of her. You're supposed to cover her. You're supposed to protect her, cherish her, treat her well, right?
Yeah.
You don't know.
And
Supposed to do.
I agree. I
At the
went
Cheesecake
into this
Factory?
date as I expect, with the expectations for myself, to keep you safe, you know, to respect you, to pay for your
This
food,
is sad,
of
bro.
course, pick you up,
I'm
of course,
horrified.
and just treat you like a gentleman, which I believe I have done.
I mean, you've been pretty
and then-
nice, but I mean,
And then
Cheesecake Factory.
I, on the other hand, have certain expectations for a girl I go out with on the first date.
Your behavior.
I expect her to be respectful too.
Yeah.
I expect her to be cooperative, and at least, you know,
What did I do that wasn't cooperative?
well, I mean, like, even like when we were walking to the car, you wouldn't put your hand around my arm or anything like that, or hold my hand or anything like that.
I mean, it's too early for that. I don't know you.
I can respect that. I can respect that.
Okay.
When I got to your apartment to pick you up, you didn't want to invite me in. I can respect that too. We're not
Again,
maybe
I don't
we're not
know
there
yet.
Okay.
I don't know yet.
And then, but
I mean, I feel like I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do as a woman.
But
I got myself
there's
all made
nothing
up.
wrong with the Cheesecake Factory, right?
Yes, there's a lot wrong with the Cheesecake Factory.
Okay. Well, look at my planner where we were gonna go originally.
See, now that's where we should have went. All right there. Call him.
No.
What do you mean no?
See,
I
I
know you
specifically
didn't.
told you both yesterday and this morning that I'd come to pick you up at 4 p.m. Right? And I got to your place at 4 p.m. You didn't even come downstairs for another hour, and so I was waiting downstairs
I understand.
for an hour. Right?
But I wasn't expecting for work to take me so long. I got home a little late. And like I said, I don't know you well enough to invite you up into my apartment.
And
that is not possible.
And that's why I'm thinking, okay, if we're not there in the relationship to, you know, meet at your apartment, then maybe we're not ready in a relationship for such a nice, fancy restaurant as Aria. Especially if I'm paying for the whole thing.
Yo,
which I'm still willing to do.
Go ahead.
I would have been.
This is crazy.
I know.
This is real?
Yeah.
Bruh.
Yeah, it's wild.
I'm horrified.
Tyrone? did no dates, bro. He said, "Yo, Hennessy and some chicken wings." That's crazy, bro.
Yeah. No, it's wild. Let's keep it going, though. Let's keep it going. I'm gonna get the ladies' thoughts after.
What?
But if we're late, I mean, I told you twice.
It wasn't that late.
We literally left your place at the time the reservation was supposed to be. And I specifically said 4 because maybe we could get there early and even have some time to get to know each other on the way there and while we're in the parking lot.
I mean,
And waiting for a reservation.
we can still get to know each other. Isn't there another restaurant you can call that, like, you know,
No.
equivalent to that? I mean,
I literally
you don't
just said,
understand. Look at me. I cannot go in the Cheesecake Factory.
Look at me, bruh.
there's nothing wrong with
I will die. That's
Okay.
embarrassing.
Listen, as I said, I have very specific certain expectations for that.
No.
I can tell it's not gonna be there. And maybe we're not right for each other.
Oh shit.
So
Maybe?
respectfully, I'm gonna just drop you off at home.
Oh, no, he didn't.
Yeah, I'm up.
So, you just want to call it a night?
A day.
I mean,
Yeah.
isn't there some kind of compromise or something?
Wingstop, the best.
Ladies, can you believe this?
Yep.
I'm sorry, y'all.
I sure can.
He's
but-
out the parking space.
If I don't feel
Can you
respected,
see?
I am not gonna go through
I
with
mean,
the rest of
come
the
on.
day.
Well, I mean, you are serious. You really mean it.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't want this place anyway, right?
I mean, I understand that I was late. I understand that. I understand that I could have been a bit more cooperative. You had made some good points. That's why I'm willing to compromise. Are you sure you want to go home?
I don't have a lot of rules. I don't have a lot of expectations for a first date, but I've already set them, and you've broken every one.
Oh
So,
my God.
I'm sorry. We're dropping you off home.
All right, whatever. Well, I mean, I guess I understand. You gotta do what you gotta do.
All right. So
At least you didn't hit him.
yeah. So
Holy.
ladies, Cheesecake Factory. She didn't want to reciprocate touching when you know tried to hold her arm. She was late an hour. He had reservations in another place. She locked him out of his car and made him come back in and explain himself. And then he takes her home and she changes her tune a bit. What are your thoughts on the video? Comments, questions? What are your thoughts in general? I'll open it up. Who wants to go first?
I can't believe that was real. Like, it looked, that's insane. People really act. It was like I got secondhand cringe and embarrassment from that,
Facts.
especially as being a black woman and the only one in this room. I'm just like, bro, I promise we all don't act like that. Oh my God.
I
is-
honestly don't know how he didn't make her Uber.
Right, I like the fact that he gave
would've,
her a
like,
ride
that's
home.
so rude.
It's
I would have
nuts.
just been like, please get out of my car and just
Respectfully, get out of my car. Uber home.
Listen,
Because imagine that car ride back too, like,
And I don't know, if, like, with her crazy attitude, she
gentleman,
might
though.
swing on him. I wouldn't trust her. I'd be scared.
Would have you paid for her Uber to get back home?
I would have
Absolutely
paid
not.
for her Uber to get
I
home.
wouldn't.
So
Okay.
at least I know she got
I
home
mean, I
safe.
wouldn't feel safe with
honestly.
her being in my
But
car.
I wouldn't have wanted to give her a ride back. Like, I wouldn't want to be with her in her presence any longer.
I think it's dangerous.
And he was going to take her out to dinner. That's cheaper than taking someone out to dinner anyway.
Facts.
Who
this
else had
broad
some-
keeps
oh,
him
go ahead.
waiting. Keeps him waiting an hour. She shows up with fake lashes, dollar store hoops, a slutty, trashy looking top, and she looks like she's ready to go to Burger King, and she's mad because she got the Cheesecake Factory. Where the hell do you? Where does this entitlement come from? You know, like she's lucky Deepak from accounting even talked to her. Never mind, he's going to take her out on a date.
Nah, he's a
Sanjeev.
Yeah, she
Come
felt
again.
like she was
Come
gonna
again.
die, and if it was that serious, she probably should have made that clear. The places that she prefers, and he should have peeped her type of character before they even got that far. After waiting outside downstairs for an hour, he should have rethought his actions then.
1 hour is crazy, dog. That's
She could've-
insane.
She understand being late and inconveniences, but like,
You think maybe she's a hooker? Like,
No,
like they don't
I'm not
look
gonna
like a
assume
match.
all
No,
that.
no, I'm not being
That's fine.
facetious. They don't look like a match. They don't look like a couple that would be on a date together.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Yeah.
people think that with the
You'd be
guys I
really
date.
surprised.
So
Okay. So you would have made her Uber. Let me just go through here so I can make sure I can gather everything correctly. So you're saying you don't know where entitled women come from like this, and her, I guess, appearance doesn't match up with what she's demanding.
Well, that's part of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. What about you? What are your thoughts?
I think just the fact that she like put it on social media or decided to like go on live at that moment just tells a lot about her. Like she's not even living her own life for herself. She's just probably somebody that does things to impress other people, and that's why she has that attitude.
because she's embarrassing to be in Cheesecake Factory.
And she
wouldn't
kept
be
the
seen
camera
there.
on the whole time for the entire interaction, which
Right.
was really weird.
Okay. What about you? You said you would make her get an Uber.
Yep.
Anything else that you want to add to that, or your thoughts?
No, I just wouldn't want to be with her any longer. Like, I don't need your energy.
All right. What about you?
I wouldn't feel safe. I'd want her to get an Uber. I'd probably offer to pay for the Uber at least, but yeah, I'd be like, dude, I have no idea how this ride home is going to be. I don't feel safe with this person in my car. Gotta go.
All right. Yeah. So all right.
You even said it. She may swing.
Right. I'm like, what?
Yo.
You don't know how she's going to react
Black
to that?
queens, man.
All right. What about you? What are your thoughts on that?
On how she was acting, I think is strange. I would have immediately just said, I'm gonna go eat and you can just figure out how to get home. Like, fuck you.
You would have left her there with your car?
No, I would have exited her out of the car and said you could stay outside.
What if she said, I ain't leaving?
I don't know, that's crazy.
It's a public place.
So
right in the
you would
parking
have
lot.
just went into Cheesecake and ate yourself and just left her there?
Why?
Next
There's
to
so
your
many
car?
women out
I'd be
in the world.
scared.
There's you could meet somebody.
No, I
Anyone.
understand why you're doing it. That's totally fine. But I'm saying like from a practicality and strategy standpoint, you would leave her by
I
your
guess
car?
you would definitely have to get her an Uber home just to make sure she's out of premises, like out of range.
Would you pay for the Uber to get her back?
I would.
You
I've
would.
paid for boys' Ubers, so. I
Okay.
don't
So
think
you would still go eat, but just get her a ride.
Yeah, I would not drive her home. Like,
Okay.
Are you a trick?
what? Why are you trying me?
No, I'm just saying. Like for men that you like, are you a trick?
No.
You don't spoil them?
Oh, do I spoil men?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
Okay.
Okay.
Why not spoil men? Men deserve it. Depends.
Yeah. I
So
think
you wouldn't
spoiling
drive
and
her
trick
home.
is
What is your reasoning for not driving her home specifically? Not yeah.
Why would I want to hang out with somebody like that? when I
Okay,
could
so
just
it's not
go
a
eat?
safety situation for you?
It could be safety, but it didn't hit me. She
It's-
doesn't seem like she's that strong, like mentally, to do that. I
I'm
don't
about
know.
to say she looks strong.
Okay.
She looks strong.
For you, it was safety. For you, it was like you're just I don't want to be in your presence.
So give him
anymore.
a shoryuken.
Okay. What about you? What are your thoughts on that video?
I was horrified watching that video. You know, and she came up with the excuse like I was late from work, so why couldn't she communicate that with him so maybe he could have pushed the reservation at the nicer restaurant, right? Cheesecake, what's wrong with Cheesecake Factory? I love Cheesecake Factory. It's so great. I think he was a total gentleman. I think he handled himself with a lot of class, and she's just he did the right thing taking her home. He's a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
It speaks to his character.
He is a good guy.
Yeah, a lot of
And
guys could have reacted differently.
Her behavior speaks to her character, and him pulling out of that parking lot and taking her home was absolutely the right move. So I hope he had a better interaction the next time he went out.
How many of you would have driven her home? Raise your hands. One. You thought it was good, right? Two.
I know he's a good
She's a
guy and he
grown
did the right
woman.
thing. But
She's
me
a grown
myself,
woman.
I would be like, honey, you gotta go.
She seemed very capable.
You would have you? How would have you? Would have you Ubered her? Would you just left her there? Would have you driven her home? Well, you wouldn't have driven her home, but
No, I wouldn't have driven her home.
what have you have done?
I would have called her an Uber.
You would have called her an Uber.
Mhm.
Is that all of you? Would all of you got? You wouldn't.
Depending on the
have
distance.
I would just tell
Leave her?
her to
Get
the
out?
people that are watching that video to come pick her up.
Done? So you would have left her. Okay. Who else would have left her?
Fire.
Anybody else? All right. The rest of you would have gotten her an Uber
I
back.
would have driven her home.
You would have driven her home?
Yeah.
Okay. You know, ladies, so I know some of you guys like were looking at that like, what the fuck? That's very real. I would argue a lot of women behave like that in 2023. I mean, y'all saw a
Horrible.
glimpse of it with that other chick that was on. Girls like her behave like that. A lot of women have an entitled mindset like that where you need to give me an experience, etc. And they value that over getting to know the guy or the guy in general a lot of times.
And also, they don't leave the car. They stay in the car.
Yeah.
Like, where are we? Why
Yeah.
are we here?
I would tell you that
Oh my God.
I would say any guy that's dealt with women and like actually been out on dates and stuff like that has probably dealt with something similar to that before, where a girl is like, she's more interested in the experience than you, and she's gonna make a scene or make life very difficult for you if you don't provide that experience.
Give her what she wants. You know what's crazy about this scenario here? This guy is super nice.
Yeah.
He's a gentleman, very nice guy.
He was so
And look,
sweet.
I'm nice too.
He was.
But you gotta know when to say no. Like in that example right there, bro, he was too nice the whole time.
Yeah.
On some level, I get why he wanted to take her home for safety reasons. Me personally, I wouldn't do it. I'd Uber her back home because once again, I'm gonna go eat with somebody else. But once again, nowadays, Me Too, all that shit. I'll Uber you home. But drive her back home with yourself, that's the L. But he's been way too nice, bro. Way too nice.
Yeah, I mean, I would have left it there on the curb. No ride, no nothing.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Do you think he would have been ridiculed if he left her and then people would have seen him as a bad person?
Hope not.
Potentially, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So men
in
are
this
some
day and
people.
age,
Yeah.
They would have come after
they
him.
would.
So I think he did the right thing.
Terrible.
Even though
I'm sorry
I
that
wouldn't
you've
have
had those
drove her home,
experiences.
I wouldn't have drove her home, but I think he did the right thing.
She might have lived 5 minutes from there. You know, we don't
Yeah,
know.
true.
This is
We
true.
don't even know
But
that
sometimes
true.
you gotta
That's
send
why I said it
because
depends on
I
the
look at it
distance.
like sometimes like women need to be punished for their bad behavior. I mean, I'll just be very honest about it. That's how I got the nickname the Punisher, whatever it may be. And I think we live in a day and age now where a lot of modern day women are extremely entitled, extremely rude. They don't respect men in general. I mean, you guys saw it just as literally 20, 30 minutes ago with that girl. She's here as a privilege. We're a way bigger platform, etc. This is a regular girl. No one knows who the fuck she is.
Yeah.
And she comes on and she acts like she runs the show. And I hate to say it, but that's happened more often than not where you get rambunctious, entitled, rude women that talk shit to guys that on a social status are way higher than them, but they don't understand because what I've come to realize is many modern day women don't understand hierarchy structures like men do.
Yeah.
Like men understand, okay, there's a top dog in the room, I'm gonna shut the fuck up. Women don't operate like that is what I've realized. They don't there's just a very general disregard and lack of respect for men in general by females in 2023. Maybe older women have a bit more respect. I can see from how you guys spoke that you guys come from an era where there was general respect for masculinity. But in 2023, it's a lost art. I'm telling you. I'm sure you can ask your son. Most women don't respect most men in 2023.
Yeah.
And what you guys saw right there is a microcosm of it. It's on a way bigger scale nowadays. If you take an average girl, she quite literally thinks, I'm better than the top tier guys. And I deserve, not only does she think I'm better than them, I deserve these top tier guys.
I would argue if she had a podcast, we went to her podcast, we wouldn't tell her how to run a podcast. We'd be like, you know what?
No.
We're at your house, we're at your spot. Respectfully, these are your rules. But to our podcast, this is my podcast now.
Yeah.
All right. There's the door.
Not only that, but yeah, and it's very obvious that there haven't been, consequences for her actions,
At
right?
all.
Which is why she cried after the fact. But I mean, that's just an example to give you guys. I mean, most of the girls that come on are fairly respectful and everything else like that. But I had to like put women in their place a bunch of times as like, hey, who the fuck do you think you're talking to? And to like snap them back into reality, like that's not how it is. But I think. And I've opened it up to you guys for discussion, what you guys think on this. As a man, you get a very different side to females a lot of times because they think that they can walk all over you because most guys are pussies, is what I've come to realize. And if she's attractive, the higher the likelihood that she's going to be disrespectful or think that she could walk all over you, whatever. And you sometimes have to give them a quick little reminder like, whoa, what the fuck is this shit? And the guy here, he ended up doing that, but it took him way too long. He waited an hour for her. She knew right then and there, this guy doesn't value his time. He took her to Cheesecake Factory. She gave an attitude, blah, blah, blah. Like, and he was very nice about it, etc. He wasn't stern.
Yeah,
It wasn't until the end when he started to assert some boundaries that she started to respect. And that's what I've come to realize is that when you take things away from women or when you let them know that, hey, I'm not going to tolerate this fuckery, that's when you start to get respect from women. Unfortunately, you have to do that.
She was like, "Oh, are we really pulling out right now?" I'm like,
Her tone changed very quickly.
Yeah.
Like she got very soft spoken. Like you could have kept that tone the whole
My
time.
nigga had a whole
sis.
debate with
He
her, bro.
needs more
in the
confidence.
car. A whole debate.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But I'm trying to tell you guys, like that is very common.
She probably got
for
turned
men
on.
to
low-key.
experience.
I'm
Some
sorry.
people are looking at it like it's
Also
crazy.
crazy.
That is dating in 2023 for a lot of men.
That the first thing she does is to pull out her phone to record it.
That's crazy.
Like,
And to
how is
shame
that the
him
first thing
on social
like,
media
That's
to
just
shame him.
it's disgusting.
for
Honestly,
being a nice guy.
So there's a trend.
Imagine like
I
you're getting
know.
in a fight with your
Girls do it
spouse
on
and you're like,
TikTok.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna post my boyfriend fighting with me. Like, how does that even go through
So,
your mind?
You'd be
will
surprised.
understand.
On TikTok nowadays, it's a trend.
Really?
You talk about your first day experiences, you post it, gets a lot of views. So that's why they do it too as well, TikTok.
But it's like it just doesn't click in my head. Like, let me be a terrible person just for views.
I'm sorry. People seek
You have morals.
Why?
Validity.
It's like, how
It's
do
like
you
the
want
prank
the
people.
world or people that you don't even know to see you in that light in the first place?
The need for external
And then you
validation
have
is
kids,
amazing.
and your kids see that, or you have a daughter. You're teaching your daughter it's okay to act that way, and it's not. That's disgusting. And then you want to act like that and expect a guy to respect you, or expect a guy to want to provide for you.
I have a question though. So the guy saw that the camera was on. It was clear he knew the camera was on, and he just kept having the conversation. Like
He
if I was on a
acknowledged it.
date and some guy pulled out a camera, and I was like, I would shove that camera so
Yeah, but
far.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but
that would have made it 10
He's
times
a cat.
worse.
He's a man.
doing
She
that.
could,
you know what I
made up
mean?
some
Like,
lie.
Yeah.
said
Regardless
that,
of
he
whatever
hit
the
me, he
situation
hurt
is,
my
One mic at a
arm.
time, please. I'm having a hard time. Camera.
Yeah, one microphone at a time. Sorry.
Just how does this guy like? Is he so emasculated that he just lets her keep recording this conversation and instead of just saying this conversation's over, turn off the camera, I'll drive you home, turn it off, or you can get the hell out of the car. Like what happened to
I think
him?
if anything, he should have just stayed quiet. Like I
Well-
wouldn't take the phone from her or make her turn it off because that's just gonna make him look like he's being aggressive. So if anything, I would just shut the entire conversation down. Like I'm not gonna speak to you.
We can-
And that's
we
it.
can see who's more masculine in that interaction. So yeah.
Not only that, but like, yeah, he's like, men are scared to assert dominance on women nowadays too. To be honest, like, you know, I can't tell you. I mean, I've had to tell girls just shut up before, and you know, and that's kind of what I call like either they comply or goodbye thing. And some girls like get in line immediately and they're like, oh, I needed that, or some girls are like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And then you kind of know, you filter out the girls from there, but. It's annoying how in today's day and age women don't naturally come feminine, that you have to almost like assert your dominance over them to get them in line, which if you have to do that, I think that's not a girl that you want to take seriously anyway.
Nope.
But that's the world that we're in now, where you have women that are overly masculine, very rude, very rambunctious. They don't respect male authority. They don't respect masculinity in general. And they think, you know what? I could get one over on this guy. Fuck it. I don't like him that much. Let me see how far I can push the edge. Right? And let me see if I can get a rise out of him. A lot of girls do that too. So, you know, and that's probably another reason, too, why he was like, I'm just going to drive you home. Because he already knew what type of time that she was on, and he could be looked at as a bad guy for not dropping her off. But I look at it like, guys need to have boundaries and let girls know sometimes, like, you know what, man? Get the fuck out of my car. Like, it is what it is. And I think if more guys put their foot down with females, women would act better. But a lot of guys are simps and suckers, and they're afraid to hold women accountable. And that's why there's a huge amount of disrespect for men in general in a dating place. And I mean, we see it here on the show where we bring girls on. It's like, wow, like you're acting like this with us on 4K in front of 20, 30,000 people. I can only imagine how you would treat a guy behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? This is crazy.
I can imagine that girl that was here earlier, her baby daddy. Must be chaos, bro. Holy shit.
Oh, he's a bitch. And I hate to say it like that, but I can tell, here's the thing. A woman is a spitting image of her man. If your girl is rude and crass and rambunctious, etc., a lot of times out in public especially, that tells me more than likely she wears the pants, she tells you what to do. That's her. Like, she's just a masculine woman in general, and she emasculates you. If a woman is not nice, docile, feminine, etc., a lot of the time she's with a guy that like has her shit together. That's why she's able to be in her feminine energy all the time. Whenever a woman is like that, super rude and rambunctious, I'm like, oh man, her man probably doesn't put his foot down enough with this chick. Sorry, someone was gonna say something?
No, my bad. I just hurt myself.
Yeah. So that's what I've come to realize. Is that every single time? Of course not. There's always exceptions to the rule. But what I've noticed is that typically when women are super masculine like that, it means their man is effeminate.
If they have a man.
If they have one. Good one. Yeah, if they have one. Good point.
I don't have a man, and I mean, I have to be in my masculine because I'm head of my household and I have a lot of responsibilities for myself and for my children, right?
Yeah.
However, I know when to drop that, right?
Yeah.
But not for every man, because there are some men that do exert a feminine energy. That's not for me.
Yeah, felt that.
And homie paid for the boobs, chain, the watch. That's wild, bro. Dog. For that.
Well,